back to Raider Blog. I'm Hudson Boggs, and today we will be covering the NFC East and the teams and where they will be standing this year. So let's get to it. So we're going to start with the Dallas Cowboys. The big story in Dallas right now is Jason Garrett. Jerry Jones, their owner, says that he has to win a game in the playoffs if he wants to come back this year, and that would be a major downfall to the Cowboys if they have to go out and find a new coach. The players have really bonded to him, so it'll be definitely a make or break year for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, also, their offense, now a point in their team-wise, their offensive line really had a downfall last year. They were 31st in sack. They were sacked 56 times, and really a devastating year for their offensive line because they used to be really good, but with the injury of La'el Collins, and also the Connor Williams just learning the ropes last year, coming in and taking a big position. Hopefully a healthy team and new leadership will hopefully give this offensive line their original position. Now, also on the offensive attacking side, Amari Cooper, an amazing decision for the Dallas Cowboys. He will be here the full season. Him and Dak Prescott will have more time to bond, even though they played amazingly last year with 6 touchdowns for Amari Cooper. They bonded really quickly, but now they'll have a little bit more time to get to know each other and that. And on the defensive side of the Dallas Cowboys, their linebackers are outstanding. Hopefully Sean Lee will be able to play more this year. Jalen Smith, though, and Leighton Vander Esch had an amazing year. Vander Esch led the team in tackles and interceptions. He was outstanding, and hopefully that side will really raise this defense up. And again, the biggest thing with the Cowboys is Jason Garrett, but also how aggressive this team will play in a make-or-break year for Jason Garrett. Now, moving down to the New York Giants. The big thing in New York is the question between Daniel Jones and Eli Manning. Some question as to why the Giants, with their 6th overall pick, selected Daniel Jones, and if they're going to be starting Eli Manning. So really, how Daniel Jones performs in preseason could be the big thing to decide the starter in New York. But definitely question there if this position will still be as weak as it was last year. And also in the defensive front, they were 30th in sacks with only 30. And they didn't make a big priority in the offseason, which is a little bit of a disappointment, as they did select nose tackle Dexter Lawrence, but not a whole lot of improvement there. They did get rid of OBJ, which is a huge loss, but they signed Golden Tate hopefully to step into those big shoes and maybe even improve that section a little bit more. But again, the biggest question here is how will Daniel Jones perform, and if Eli Manning will maybe have a better season this year, or if Daniel Jones will take over from week 1. We'll have to see there. Now, with going over to the Philadelphia Eagles, a huge loss of Nick Foles, who was able to pull through big for them and looked like devastating times. Carson Wentz will have to stay healthy this year if the Eagles want to succeed, because without Carson Wentz, they'd be down to Sudfeld, who's not a bad player, but you definitely want to keep Wentz on the field. And going down their secondary, they had 3 injuries of their starters, Jalen Mills, Rodney McLeod, and Ronald Darby, which are their best defensive backs, and they were 30th in interceptions, which is not something you want to be on, especially when the Eagles have always had such a great defense. So hopefully they stay healthy there and really reboost this defense that struggled last year. And with the signing of Jordan Howard, which this position was not successful last year with Adams, and hopefully Jordan Howard will really give a strong veteran in this position to hopefully help them move on and succeed. But again, the big thing here in Philadelphia, if Wentz can start, possible playoff contenders, but if not, it will definitely be an interesting year for Philadelphia. Now, going down to the Redskins, the biggest thing here is who's going to start for them. They have Case Keenum, Alex Smith is going to miss the whole season, and Dwayne Haskins, who hopefully will be an amazing player like some other players that were drafted like Dak Prescott. And hopefully he will give this team a little bit of excitement as a rookie as they struggled last year with the loss of Alex Smith. Their defensive line, though, has really struggled. Jonathan Allen is a great player, but he's going to have to take a really big role this year, as Ryan Kerrigan can't be rushing all the time as a linebacker. And really, besides Jonathan Allen on their front line, there's not been a whole lot of improvement. He's a great player, but a bigger role is necessary for him. And then going to the wide receiver position, as they lost Jamison Crowder, which is a big disappointment. He was kind of inconsistent, played 9 games but only started 7. Injuries plagued his season, but still an amazing receiver, and it's definitely going to be a little bit harder for the Redskins to move on this year without him. But again, big thing is Case Keenum going to return to his Viking status, as he struggled with Denver, hoping to reboot, but receivers aren't going to be a strong point for this Redskin team, and if Dwayne Haskins can really take over. So thank you for watching Raider Blog, and please, if you thought this video was helpful, please like or subscribe. That would be much appreciated. We'll see you next week.